So in general, this guitar solo uses the C major pentatonic extended scale pattern. Okay, so let me just briefly show you the pattern so you know where some of the ideas are coming from. First lick is a double stop kind of idea. So play 5 and 5 on your D and G string. You're holding them both with the first finger. Now you're going to briefly strum that chord, immediately hammer to fret 7 on the D string with your free third finger. And then go back to the double stop chord, those two 5s. 7 to 5 in the A string. Back to 3. And then another 3. So that was third finger, first finger, and then back the first finger up to that 3. And that's the first lick. Next part, go to 5 on that A string now. So you just finished with your first finger before. So the third finger will be free here. And this is real handy. You want to play 5 and immediately slide to 7. Then go to 5 in the next string with your first finger. Back to 7 on the A string. And then back to 5 on the D string. So this second lick next lick. So we start to have some fun with some bends from here on out. So then, that's on the D string, fret 5 to 7. I'm going to suggest, don't use the first finger, I mean you could do, but I'm going to suggest use the third finger so you can slide into position here. I'm going to pick 5 and slide to 7 on the D string. Then we need to go to 5 on the G string with your first finger. And then put a rest note in immediately after that note. Then we need to be in position for a full step bend from fret 7 of the G string. So we're going to bend this fret 7 to sound like fret 9. So here it is in context. Then let it fall back down and then do the same bend. But that second one is a bit quicker. And after you've done the second bend, you bend it up to pitch, let it fall back down, and then pick 5 on the G string with some vibrato. So let's put everything together so far. Next part is a bit more physically challenged, but please be patient with this. I remember first learning it and think, God, it's going to be tough doing this, but you can get it. You can get it. Let's check it out. So a little bit weird, but really fun to play once you get it. Now then, go to fret 7 on the G string. You're going to pick that note and quickly slide to 9. Then we need to skip out a string. Now you can leave that 9 on the G string sitting there, okay? Then grab 8 on the high E string with your middle finger. And we do actually want these notes ringing into one another where possible. Then you can get rid of that fret 8 now. Keep this third finger on fret 9 of the G string. You're going to pick it again and slide back to 7. So here's what we got. I would just practice that till you get it. Then, once you've got that, you can pick 5 on the G string and hammer to 7 with first and third finger. So add that to what you got. Okay, then the third finger is going to stay there. We're going to do a big full step bend here. Alright, so you're going to have to build a bit of strength in this third finger here. It's a little bit tricky what we'll have to do. By the way, as you're doing this solo, keep checking your tuning, especially if the G string with all these big bends here, it might go out a bit. Now what we have to do is bend this fret 7 of the G string a full step, or at least try and get it as close to pitch as possible. And then as that's fretted, we grab fret 5 on the high E string with the first finger. So sounds really country in isolation. So that's quite physically challenging, I know. You know, difficult enough for me to learn. And then, after you've picked that fret 5 on the high E, with this note still fretted, you're going to pick that string and then let it fall back down to natural pitch. And then you play fret 5 on that G string, okay? Something like that in there. Now I know that's quite physical, just do your best with that, okay? If you can't quite get the bends up to pitch yet, still practice it anyway, okay? Because the only way you're going to get there is practicing the physical technique of string bending. A bit of respite from all those bends. We're just running down that C major pentatonic scale, really. So on the D string, you're going to do 2 pull-offs from fret 7 to fret 5. Just do 2 of these. So 2 pull-offs. 7 slide to 5 on the A string. Then pick 3, hammer to 5 on the A string. And then finish on fret 3 in that string with some vibrato. So that bit. Let's go from the start and then include this new big bend section and just that little scale run that I finished on. So everything so far. Next part then, we're going to go back up the scale a little bit. So pick 5, hammer to 7 on the D string. Then you go to 5 on the G string, hit that twice once you get there. And put some vibrato on the second note. Now then, I'm going to suggest a bit of a finger change from like the 1 and 3 we've been using a lot so far. The next fret 7, I'm going to suggest start using your middle finger here just for what we're going to be doing afterwards. That hopefully makes sense here. So then pick 7 on the D string, 5 on the G string with your first finger still. Then we're going to do another one of these quick slides, but have your middle finger now on fret 7 of the G and quickly slide from that to fret 9. And then next note in that lick, you'll be on the B string now, fret 8, pick that note. There we go. Now this lick we just did, that's going to repeat here. So hit that lick another 2 times. And you can put vibrato on those notes if you want, just whatever you want to hear. So that lick, after you've done it the first time, then do it 2 more times. That's the lick you want to practice there. So in context. Then go to fret 10 on the B string with your third finger. Give this some vibrato. So that completes that phrase. So next bit, let's think of as one lick. So this is what it would sound like in context. So that's what we're going to work on. So pick 8 on the B string and hammer to 10. Then go to fret 8 on the high E string, pick this note. This is all with finger 1 and 3 really. Then we need to bend 10 on the high E string. Get some other fingers behind it to support here. Full step bend. Then we want to do another bend kind of whilst it's up there. Before we add this little end lick to it where you will pick 8 on the high E, hammer to 10, and then play 8 again with some vibrato just to resolve that lick. Getting close to the end here. Let me put all this new section together. Last section with some more bends. Now we're going to go outside of the scale pattern we've been using, but they're the same notes just higher up in the octave on the fretboard. Fret 15 of the high E string, we're going to do a full step bend. But something interesting here, let's call this a pre-bend. You're going to already have bent it before you pick the string. And then we're going to let it fall back out of pitch, which sounds really kind of expressive up there. So that puts it in context hopefully. Pre-bend, pick the note, let it fall back down. Then go to 15 on the B string. You're going to do a full step bend. Bend it up, let it out of pitch. Pick 13 on that string with the first finger, and then 15 again with the third finger. There we go. Then another pre-bend on that 15, so you have to put a rest note in from the previous note you hit there. Already have it bent. And then let it fall back down again before we do the end lick. In context. Really beautiful sounding lick there. So that is the whole main solo then. So shall we try and put everything together? I'll go through it slowly.